Guys, you know what the problem is with most people is they're too black and white. Uh, I know I haven't showered or shaved yet today. I look like trash, but they're too black and white. It's like they're too either or. Like it's like they have no ability to see the nuance in things. It's like most people naturally want to like be really hard left or hard right. This applies to everything. It applies to politics. It applies to like if you're a Republican, what if Republicans start believing something that goes against your values? Are you just gonna like side with them because you're a Republican? You know what I mean? It's just like uh, you know a couple of really good examples is I get some pushback from guys when I say you don't have to be a bad guy to attract women, which is absolutely true. Um, in fact, some of the guys were the most charming ladies men I've ever met in my life. Were like the nicest, kindest men I've ever met in my life. Like my grandpa, for example, he was a charmer, but he's also known as like the kindest person ever. He took care of my grandmother. She had MS, so she was basically paralyzed most of her body as long as I knew her. Like the last 25 years of her life, he was her full time caregiver. He refused to hire a caregiver, even though he had rheumatoid arthritis. It was diagnosed, and when he was like 64 or something like that in 1992, he took care of her until he died in 2005. Even though his body was just breaking apart, and his back and all this, he struggled to lift her. He would still do it, even though it hurt his back, to lift her out of bed and wherever she needed to go. Anyway, though, he was definitely not considered. He was definitely not a bad boy. So here's the problem, though, because people say, "Oh, well, the bad guys can build attraction and this and that." It's like the problem with your thinking is you're too black and white. The truth of the matter is, there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's a reason that's an old saying, because both work, really. I mean, if you want to be this like fucking criminal, bad boy criminal type riding on a Harley, some women are gonna like that. It's mostly toxic, insecure women. If that's what you're into, you're gonna attract a lot of trashy women. Hey, if that's what you're into, and by the same merits, being like a super kind, generous person, as long as you're not a pushover and as long as you can stand up for yourself, you're gonna have the same effect. Basically, I mean, you're gonna attract just as much female attention. You know what I mean? So the truth of the matter is, there's more than one way. But because your brain is so black and white and you're so like unnuanced and simpleton, you can't. Oh, what? But what do you mean? But I always thought bad boy good. Are you saying bad boy bad? I don't understand. And it's the same. It's really the same everywhere. Like even in like bodybuilding, like 99% of people who lift weights train incorrectly. They train a few hours a day, 6 days a week, or maybe 4 to 6 days a week, just way overtraining. All you need is like 30 minutes in the gym 3 times a week. That's really all you need. Even for advanced lifters like Mike Menser, his low volume system works. It does. It works. It's high intensity over high volume. And here's the problem. They'll say, "Oh, well, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he did like every body part 3 times a week and way overtrained. He was in the gym like 6 hours a day." Yeah, because it nobody's saying high volume doesn't work. They're saying it's not necessary. There's a difference. The truth of the matter is, again, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Both work. Low volume, high intensity works, and high volume, low intensity works. They both work. One I see as a waste of time. You know, people always like people are always asking me, how do you build such muscle so quickly? And what they don't want to hear, the truth of the matter is, and partly what they don't want to hear, is some of it's genetics. Some people just build muscle easily, and unfortunately, most people have a hard time building muscle. But I've just always been one of those people. I'm like a hyper responder. As soon as I start training, I just blow up. And people ask me about my weight fluctuations too. Yeah, because I keep getting sick. This is one girl's like, "Oh, are you sure you should be doing keto or something's associated with a lot of weight fluctuations?" Yeah, my weight fluctuations are not because well, actually, technically, it is because I keep getting sick. But yeah, so I stopped lifting weights for months at a time, and so I just lose all the gains. That's why I have the weight fluctuation. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, people are always asking me what's my routine? Do you take creatine? Are you on roids? And before I ever even started TRT in 2022, that's like before that was mainly when I would get the roid accusations. From the time I was like 15, I got them. And the truth of the matter is, most people don't train correctly. Most people don't even know about shocking the muscle. I learned that when I was like 14 from my dad. Um, so maybe I'm lucky to have some certain influences in my life. I know how to do things. But I'm one of those people, I want to know how to do things. I don't just go into anything blind. I research things like crazy. But like the shocking the muscle, I think most people's problem actually with their training is they're too regimented. I don't have a schedule at all. I'd walk into the gym, or not. Sometimes I just do my dumbbells at home, and I don't have any plan for that day. I don't say, oh, this is shoulder day, and then Tuesday is biceps and triceps. I don't do that. No schedule. I walk in, I say, hey, what's not sore? My arms are still kind of sore. I'll do chest or do that. And a lot of like successful people like Jay Cutler did that. It's called training instinctively. You go by instinct. And I do the same thing with shocking the muscle. If I feel like my muscles are getting too used to my routine, I switch it up. I mean, really, honestly, I never have the same routine. It's different every time. I'm constantly switching things up and shocking the muscle. So whenever your muscles get used to your routine, something I do is I'll just like do my routine backwards. It's one of the things I'll do. It, and then people start listing off all these training principles like, oh, where did you hear about that training principle? I literally just made it up. I just make it up on the spot. Again, it's instinct. Almost nothing I do is learned from someone else. It's just literally like, oh, how can I switch up my routine today? How about I do this? It's never like this known training principle, you know. There's a couple known training principles I use, like supersets, but other than that, just like make it up on the spot. Hey, why don't I just do it backwards today? That usually destroys my muscles. Like if I normally come in for shoulders and I do military press and then some laterals and then some rear delts, I'll start with rear delts this time, then do laterals, and then see how freaking tired my deltoids are when I get to military press. If you haven't shocked the muscle doing that, then you're just not training correctly. You're not like going to failure or something. You should be going until you feel pain in the muscle. You should feel some discomfort. You got to get through that pain barrier. That's how you grow. The main reason I lift weights is because it's the only way I can sleep at night. It's the only way I can actually like wind down and. But anyway, but yeah, it's training, genetics, and also diet too. Most people just don't train correctly. They don't know anything about diet. But it is kind of sad to see there's some people that just don't respond to training at all. Like they spend years in the gym and they barely make any gains. That would suck. But anyway, the whole point is people are too unnuanced and black and white in the way they think. Like there's almost anything in life. There's multiple ways to do something. I don't understand people who have this tunnel vision and be like, oh, well, this is the only way to do this. Most bodybuilders, that's still how they do it. They still do high volume, low intensity, and waste really hours in the gym. Dorian Yates did it. Mike Menzer did it. Dorian Yates, one of the best bodybuilders of all time. What, 6-time Mr. Olympia or something like that? 92 to 97, right? Yeah, 6-time. And some of the like best conditioning ever. Like nobody's really ever had that kind of conditioning, that grainy look. Maybe that was from his high intensity workouts. He was in the gym four days a week. I think it was like 40 minutes each time. And all these other bodybuilders, like 99% of bodybuilders, think you need to be in the gym multiple hours a day, like 6 days a week. And the reason they think that is because that's what they've been doing so long. Arnold did that, this person did that, this person did that. And so people have a tendency to have this tunnel vision and think, oh, I can't leave this tunnel, otherwise I won't. It's just not right. It's just convention. It's not right. I have to follow the convention. And they have a hard time looking outside the box, looking outside the tunnel. I mean, really, my personality type, I'm always looking outside the tunnel. I almost never look inside the tunnel, really. Uh, I'm like automatically. And people who just like believe everything their teacher said too, I never understood that. When I was growing up, my teacher would say something. It's like most people have this fact box that they put everything into. The teacher told me something, so I want to put it into a fact box. It's like I have a most likely fact box or potentially fact box. And it's way bigger than my fact box, which is really small. And I just literally put everything in there. Put everything into a research later box. I don't care what it is, unless it's something that's like verifiable on the spot, like math, obviously, math concepts that I can verify for myself on the spot. Pretty much everything goes into a I'll research that later box. So while everyone was being taught evolution is fact, Darwinian evolution is fact, I was thinking, oh, okay, maybe that's fact. I'll research it later. And so when I become adult, I'd be like, hey, are you sure evolution is true? You got these people. Most people think like, what? Well, this guy's crazy. He's questioning this thing that we were all taught when we were 5. What? You don't? Did you not take kindergarten? Did you not go to school? Like, no, I heard the same information you did. I just didn't swallow it without thought, blindly, without any kind of brain activity whatsoever. I just like absorb it